I think what we'll do is I see our next incredible, should I say, speaker goddess in the room. And I think we're just going to go right for it. She's like, yeah, that's me. Super excited. Very, 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 very much so. So we will just go on right to our next speaker. And I wanted to show you this incredible book. Now, I want to tell you, I haven't read the full thing, but what I love, if anyone's into goddesses, I have been, so I received this book just a couple of days ago, and I will read it. But I'm one of these people that when a book first arrives, I do this. I kind of go, okay, what is it that I need to hear, or what do I need to read? And I open up to a page, right? And inevitably, whatever page it is, it gives me a very good message and understanding, because that's what I ask the universe to do, right? I love that there is multiple stories. I just think it's like, you know, it says the secret code of modern goddesses. And absolutely, when I picked it up, I mean, you know, I read, oh, the orchid, and I went in and I'm like, this is so modern. And then I actually went back and went, oh my gosh, that's why. That's why. So let me introduce you to Rocio. So you know what? I was saying your name properly. And then when I got the phonetic spelling, I'm like, okay, maybe not. Aquino. And I noticed that her counterpart, her partner, her husband is with us today, and his name is Angel. And what a pleasure to meet him. And anyways, let me tell you. So Rocio is a seasoned professional with a diverse background in media and advertising. Originally from Mexico City, her global experiences for her and her family have traveled across more than 60 countries. Who loves to travel? Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. Angel, her counterpart, who is with us today in spirit, and I see on the show. So, I mean, maybe he's going to wave or pop into chat. However he wants to, he's welcome. Angel has had a distinguished 30-year career in the entertainment industry. 23 years was spent with Sony Entertainment, and together they merged their desire for authentic living and empowered lives. And today she is going to be talking to us not only about her book, but the meaning behind the book, which is Unleashing Your Inner Power. And when I was interesting, so we were traveling, I wasn't in the car. You know, Rocio was in the car, and I'm like, okay, so we have this question. We'd like people to know something about you. And I'm like, so tell me something. And I'm talking about the, you know, the odd thing that you like, or, you know, and they both at the same, though I think Rocio's like, we love chocolate almonds. And I could hear this chuckle in the back, and I'm like, okay, she loves Taylor Swift, and he loves the song We Are the World. So Rocio, welcome to the Stand Up Speak Up Show. It's such a pleasure to meet you. Maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, and when you do what gave you the inspiration for the book? I mean, you had your career, you were doing your life, your family, your husband was doing his. And by the way, in case you don't know, this is a collaborative book that they both wrote together. So just where did it come from?
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here today with this amazing group of women, powerful goddesses. So after going around the world and live in many places like Mexico, Miami, Hong Kong, London, and now LA, you know, I begin to see the necessity of, you know, how we can empower women. And finally, I was at one point asking for, how do you forgive? Give me a precise methodology. So after reading 120 books and after taking courses of spiritual psychology and many things, we came to do this story about how you can really begin to see different tools. Number one, what is awareness, and how important is to be what is happening right now and for what reason I think what I think. In the moment that you begin to see, okay, I think this because my mom told me, or this is a limiting belief that instead of empowerment is making me small. Okay, maybe it's time to see if this is serving me. So another lesson that you're gonna begin to ponder when you read the book is about gratitude and all how important is to see what you have right now, and from that how you can make it like a more power in that precise moment. So in this, after that, you begin to see what is forgiveness. And the number one thing is how you forgive yourself for thinking something that make you small. So, and after that, that we are teaching all these lessons, we are giving what is acceptance. And acceptance is, okay, now is this is my situation, but how I can change, and that is intention. So when you have an intention clear, it's like, okay, I know that this has been difficult. Like Leslie say at one point, it's important to be really clear about your words and how you put it. So when you are lying, your way of thinking, the way you talk, the way you feel, and the way you act, then you are making really a clear intention and what is your life and what do you want to accomplish. So after finding this for me, we came together and say, this is incredible. We need to share this with the world, how we can do it. No, let's do a TV show. And he's like, yeah, but first we need to do a book. And he's like, okay, let's do a book. I didn't have idea how to do it. So it's a beautiful process of 2 years to take us to really work like a writer's room. Together, he was writing, I was passing for all the process of, loving, learning to love myself, learning to love, to change the way I was thinking, learning to really release the energy in my body. Was a beautiful process, but was at one point difficult. And what I discovered is when you begin to put a lot of humor, is easier. So you begin to laugh at yourself, and the idea that I make a mistake doesn't matter. I don't pronounce really well, doesn't matter. I don't know the word exactly in English, doesn't matter. It's like a really, this process was passing. And then my husband, Angel, and I, we begin to collaborate and put this story in a way that were really, really simple, because when you begin to tell people, women in this case, how you can forgive and how you can change, you really transform yourself. And for example, if I was able to do it, who I'm a person who has a very difficult, challenged life and upbringing, the same like anyone else, and you begin to do and dare to do different things and dare to do a challenge, and we're gonna do it in a different way, more and more people, more and more can change. So the most important part is be nice to you, have fun with you, be your best friend inside of you. It's like I'm having fun. If I'm gonna, like another of your speakers say, if I'm gonna date myself, do I'm fun? It's like I'm interesting. I'm the person who I wanna be. So what we are doing in the book is 5 characters go in a special place called the Orchid. And in this place, they go and experiments all these lessons. So little by little, you see the transitions of their personality, the characters and everything, and you begin to see and receive all this wisdom and knowledge that is available for everyone. But really, the most important is to dare to do it, to go inside of you, and it's like, okay, so I'm going to continue to do that, or I can change it. And when you see that someone change, you quickly go and this, okay, if she's doing it, I can do it. So that's the most important part that we are bringing with this book is, you know, you are already perfect. You are already beautiful. You are already incredible human being. So make of your experience of life a good one. For this experience, for this moment, have fun with you. And yes, it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be, you have a support, you are never alone. And really, when you, like you, Deb, when you were able to connect and everyone begins to connect with this intuition when we have it and make it stronger, we are really changing ourselves and changing around us. For example, my husband and I was changing myself. Instead of being a victim, instead of being someone who was abandoned, I began to become someone who was living the best version of myself, little by little. And so my relationship with him was changing. My relationship with my kids changed. And, you know, now is better than ever. The best thing ever is, for example, my mother-in-law, she was reading the book, she was changing herself, and she feels in another way is so empowered that imagine more and more people can gain this knowledge and feel better about who they are and what they are doing and what her voice matters. So is really what we want to convey, that, you know, please go there inside of you and find that super amazing light that everyone has. So that's it, Deborah.
No, that was amazing. You had us tranced. First of all, you're elegant in how you share. I think there's many authors that are here, and there's many people that have done projects and, partnerships and collaborations. And some people would never think of writing a book with anybody because it's a personal journey, or yet you wrote a book about goddesses with your husband. Now, outside of the fact that his name is Angel, which probably is prerequisite, share with us what it's like to literally, because as you just finished sharing, this was 2 years. This wasn't 2 months. You shared that you went through a personal transformation from, victim to not victim or whatever. And we know when we take on projects like this, like, there is a movie to be told behind, right? Your husband's right. Like, let's all do the movie behind what it takes to come out here. But what was that process like? What was it like working with your husband? And I would imagine he was having a transformational experience himself as well.
Yes. Was incredible. At one point when I met him, he was super nice and really a gentleman. But at one point I was, for someone was unjust or someone speak bad to someone else, and he didn't respond, he didn't say nothing, observation, nothing. And I was, for what reason you don't take anything personal? For what reason you are, and he didn't have the words at the moment. But when this process was happening, we begin to see how he has the words. So I was learning how don't take anything personal, how really is not about the people and the answers outside, it's the answers inside of us. And the collaboration, at one point I was passing for the process. For example, one of our characters, at one point, she was seeing her mother. And the mother who passed away come to her, and she was really having a beautiful way to forgive. So that happened to me in real life. So I came, I talked to my husband, we planned this, and then together he was writing it and he was putting everything on paper for us to continue the story. Then we brought a ghostwriter to do like the TV shows do, collaborates room, like a writer's room. And when you begin to throw ideas, how to make a story, really a story of pain, but a story of success, a story that you know you're gonna take something with you. Is we want to show people that you can see another way of thinking. When you are relaxed watching a TV, you can see something different, like okay, I'm learning, It's more like the show Ted Lasso. I don't know if you saw it, that is modeling another way of thinking for men. So it's the same that we want to show that the real drama is not outside of us, it's inside of us and how we can experience.
Okay, so that, I mean, I know that not everybody has had a chance to look at it. I was going to ask you about that because you focus on unique struggles, right? You focus on unique struggles, and there's such diverse stories. And
Yes.
sometimes when we read a book, it is more about a story that's fluid, that goes from one experience or one landscape to another. And I'm not sure if you just answered the question that I'm about to ask, but the stories are so diverse, and there is an aspect of struggle in there.
Yes, yes, for us, after traveling so much around the world, we want to represent that at the end, we are all the same. We have the same struggles and we have the same insecurities and we have the same way to, to to think. The only thing that separates is your household, your culture, your country, and of course, the community and the TV that you watch. So this is a story of 5 women. One is from United States, 2 from United States, one is African American, another is from Mexico, who is very mad, another is for Singapore, who has been abused, another one is for the north of the United States, another and the other one is for the north of the United States, the south, and that's it. And all of them, they have different struggles. Like one of them is divorce. And to be a single mother goes to the life of my mother, who was a single mother and she passed away when she was 47. So at one point is the story of everyone, of someone we know, of someone who has been with the struggles and come for very humble beginnings and all these struggles that really, in the moment that you begin to align the way you think, the way you talk, the way you feel, and the way you act, nothing of humble beginning, of nothing can be on your way. You can remove all the obstacles because the only obstacles is in your mind.
Wow. Wow. I'm sure everyone's excited to read it. Okay, so we talk about goddesses by nature. We're like, oh, this is about for women. Even though a man participated in it. Can you share with us? Because I'm sure if I was to say to you, can this book benefit men? I'm sure that's going to be a sounding, what should we say for Leslie? Damn, yes. Right? But why? What is it that men will receive, in your opinion, as the author?
Yes. You know what already happened is someone read it, and at one point, because they were feeling like really clear about what is a limiting belief, and was really well explained how all these limitants are carrying, society puts in a woman. This person who read the book is like I pass it to my husband because he now can understand in another perspective
Oh,
how really a woman feels carrying that your place is in the kitchen, you only good for having babies, and it's like he gonna understand me, and we have a point for communication and talk how this really, instead of when you begin to have this common ground to have a communication, really open up to have a communication in another way, more open and more with more vulnerability. That, yes, I feel ashamed for doing this and this. Okay. So it's an understanding, a beautiful understanding that I can recommend. We've been reading books all the time about men. This is a book about women that men can read.
All right. Double down on that. Double down on that. I know that we're going to be wrapping up here. I can't help but ask two things. One is there going to be a movie?
So,
I mean, that is your husband's background, if I'm not correct, if I read my bio correctly and Lainey filled me in correctly. So we would love to see that and love to support that. And ironically, one of our speakers today has just finished directing, I believe, her 15th movie. So you need to get in touch with Yan Can Costello, and I'm sure your husband has lots of contacts, but we'd love to hear about that. But can you share with us, I mean, it's such an incredible subject. It's an intense subject. It's a journeying subject. Was there something, magical or fun that happened through this process that was, I kind of like when you're talking, and Goddess, I have to say, the first time I went to Ireland, I was gifted a trip and we went to a local fairy circle, and you just felt magic, right? You just felt magical. So was there a magical experience for you through any of this?
yes, many in so many ways. The divine feminine has been presented to us together, and it's like this is your time to support the divine feminine. So, and it's to try to find the balance between what every person has inside of them. So if you begin to show that it's okay to be more feminine in the men or the women, instead of we need to take the world of man and be, no, is we can do it together. So magic is happening all the time. For example, my kids has been, they are 18 and 16, and really they feel like they are connecting already with intuition. So they know that they don't need to go to any other place, only go inside of them to understand that, I have a connection directly with the source, and the source is the universe. So, wow. Yes. So miracles are happening every day, So, more and more, if you send me good energy, we're going to make this a TV show, and for more people to understand how important is to go inside of us to really make of this experience of life a fantastic experience.
All right. Well, let the manifestation begin. That was so amazing. Now I'm going to do your prize, but please tell us, I know that you'll be in the chat sharing where and but where is your, I know your book is in a few different languages. I know that it's in a few different formats. So please share with us that. And then I'm going to be asking an amazing question. Unless Joanne, you've got a question. Oh, she does. Thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. So please share with us where.
The book is in all the most important platforms: Amazon, iTunes, Google, Roku, and please today you're gonna have the 5 first chapters and how all these women begin to arrive and a little bit of the story of everyone. And then, of course, if you have any doubt at any moment, you can contact us through social media, theorchidbook.com, and we're going to put everything in the chat. So thank you so much, Deb. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time and for listening to us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's do some love. Let's do some love. Zoom love, 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 love.